The January transfer window is open, with the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United and more ready to do business. Manchester United defender-cum-winger Ashley Young is interesting Serie A side Inter Milan, while Ole Gunnar Solksjaer's side are said to be preparing a bid for Kostas Manolas. Arsenal, meanwhile, have reportedly had a £55 million offer for Roma's Cengiz rejected by the Italian side. And Liverpool have not given up hope of luring Adrien Rabiot from Paris Saint-Germain, despite Barcelona being favourites to land the Frenchman when his contract runs out in the summer. They also been linked with a cut price move for German sensation Timo Werner. But all British clubs, from Arsenal to Yeovil, will be keen to do business. Follow all the latest transfer news and rumours live right here, brought to you by BetHard. Key EventsDiaz chooses Real Madrid shirt MUMBER 2115 Valverde could quit Barcelona this SUMMER 19 5600 Emery dealt Nelson and Chambers blow as pair won't be recalled. Unai Emery has already admitted he's short of numbers and needs to improve certain areas of his team. However, the Spanish boss has been dealt a blow as he looks to bring in numbers over the January transfer window. Reiss, Nelson and Calum Chambers are currently spending the season at Hoffenheim and Fulham respectively, but they won't be recalled despite impressing. Emery has admitted his defense is frail, saying after the Fulham game, "Our challenge now is to improve defensively." But he'll have to do it without Chambers as there is no January recall in his season-long loan spell with Fulham. Full story HERE 532 Nkoudou could go on loan again. Tottenham are willing to send winger George-Kevin Nkoudou, 23, out on loan in January, according to Footmercato. Frenchman N'Koudou joined Spurs for £11 million in 2016, but has failed to make an impact. Winger Nkoudou spent the latter part of last season on loan at Burnley, but made just 8 Premier League appearances. .525 Muriel set to join Fiorentina Seville's record signing Luis Muriel is set to join Fiorentina. Muriel managed just 13 goals and 8 assists in 64 games for the Spanish side. The forward will undergo a medical with the Tuscans on today, before completing a loan move for €1 million fee. Fiorentina can make the deal permanent for €13 million. He had been set for AC Milan earlier this week. .515 Ozil to reject January transfer away from Arsenal. Mesut Ozil has reportedly rejected a loan move away from Arsenal in January as he bids to reclaim his starting position under Unai Emery. Ozil has struggled to hold down a spot in the first side this term, consistently being dropped by his manager over the course of the season so far. He missed Saturday's 5-1 humbling at the hands of Liverpool with a knee problem, and there had been whispers he could seek a temporary move away from the Emirates in a bid for more regular football. He also didn't appear in the 4-1 win over Fulham. But, according to ESPN FC, Ozil has categorically ruled out leaving the club in the winter window. Full story. HERE 511 Man United prepare £34 million deal for defender Kostas Manolas. It's no secret that Manchester United need a centre-half and Roma's experienced defender Kostas Manolas fits the bill. The Greece international has grown into one of Europe's leading centre-backs since joining the Serie A club from Olympiacos 4 years ago. Chelsea were ready to activate his £34 million release clause, according to reports in Italy, while Arsenal were also keen. But United seemed too keen to steal a march and activate that clause, report Footmercato Web. Full story. HERE 507 Liverpool hold talks with PSG's Adrien Rabiot ahead of move. Adrien Rabiot has been angling for a move out of PSG all season, with everyone sure he was on his way to Barcelona. But the new camp side went as far as putting out a statement earlier in the week denying they'd spoken to him or his agent about a move. And now L'Equipe report that Liverpool have seen a window of opportunity to snap up the highly rated midfielder. They claim that Jurgen Klopp and his team have held several meetings about the player. Full story. HERE 505 Arsenal have £55 million bid for top transfer target Cengiz under. Rejected. Arsenal have been constantly linked with as Roma sensation Cengiz under and have now had a £55 million bid for the Turkish rejected, according to reports. The Gunners are said to be battling with North London rivals Tottenham for Roma striker under. Italian sources say the Gunners had scouts watching him score a thunderous equalizer in the Italian side's 2-2 draw with Inter Milan. Labelled as the next Paulo Dybala, the forward has also attracted interest from Manchester United, City and Bayern Munich. And now Turkish source Footmercato say that the Gunners have jumped the queue and had a £55 million bid rejected. Full story. HERE 451 Emery admits what he has to improve at Arsenal. Arsenal head coach Unai Emery saw his side comfortably beat Fulham before revealing his New Year's resolution is to improve the Gunners' defence in 2019. Our challenge now is to improve defensively, he said. We are very happy with the attacking players and scoring a lot of goals like today. We are high team in terms of scoring. We need defense also to take more balance and improve. We need to work. We need to prepare for the second half of the season. We need to do better in the second half of the season, tactically, and we are going to do that. Does that mean a new player coming in? They've been linked with Gary Cahill, amongst others. 407 Ashley Young emerges as transfer target for Inter Milan. Inter Milan are eyeing Manchester United's Ashley Young in the hope of snapping him up on a free transfer. Young can negotiate a pre-contract agreement from January 1 with clubs outside England as he is in the final 6 months of his deal. United are talking with Young, 33, in the hope of tying the former England international down on a 12-month extension when his deal expires in the summer. But the Old Trafford club had hoped to secure Young before the turn of the year. Milan have now joined fellow Serie A side Roma in watching developments closely after Jose Mourinho was sacked as boss. .341 Another London club chasing Cahill. Gary Cahill has said to have been attracting attention from a myriad of London clubs. Arsenal are said to be among a host of clubs after him. But now Fulham boss Claudio Ranieri has targeted Cahill to sort out his defence at Craven Cottage on a 6-month loan, according to The Sun. .249 Liverpool linked with sensational move for cut price Timo Werner. Liverpool have been linked with a sensational move for Timo Werner if they can get the striker for a reduced fee. The German World Cup striker has netted 11 times this season for RB Leipzig, making him one of the Bundesliga's hottest properties. His current deal expires in 2020 and now Bild, via Metro report, he is hesitating on a new deal. Liverpool are looking for backup to Roberto Firmino, with Divock Origi and Daniel Sturridge tipped for moves away. And with uncertainty over 22-year-old Werner's future in Germany, Liverpool believe they could get him for around the £36 million mark. Full story. HERA 115 Navas Real Madrid goodbye claim. Keylor Navas has not been happy playing second fiddle to Thibaut Courtois this season at Real Madrid. The serial Champions League winner has found himself on the bench and has made repeatedly claims he's not happy about that. Last month Real Madrid appeared to rule out a January move for the Costa Rican, but his latest social media post has done little to quell those rumors. On his Instagram page, the keeper has posted a picture of him shaking hands with Real Madrid fans with the caption "Thanks for everything." The picture was taken as 8,000 fans came out to watch the squad train at Valdebebas, with many believing it's his farewell picture. Full story. HERA 042 Isco turns back on bumper Chelsea move. Real Madrid superstar Isco is said to have turned his back on a sensational £75 million move to Chelsea. The out-of-favour playmaker was said to have been lined up by Mauricio Sarri with bumper £250,000 a week wages. But now the Sun claims Spaniard Isco is not keen on the move because he wants even more. Now PSG have entered the race. The World Cup midfielder believes he can engineer an even bigger move to Ligue 1. Out of favor Real Madrid midfielder Isco, 26, was also wanted by Manchester City. Full story HERE017 Martial deletes his social media accounts leaving Man United fans worried. Interesting from Martial. Anthony Martial has taken drastic measures with his social media accounts. The French striker, Manchester United's joint top scorer with 9 goals this season, has deleted his Twitter and Instagram accounts. Those trying to click on his Twitter profile at Anthony Martial get an error message which reads, "Sorry, this page does not exist." And it simply says this page isn't available if you try and access his Instagram account. This led to fans responding with Anthony Martial Twitter gone, user not found. Another said, Martial deletes his accounts, not sure what to make of it, while one fan said, need you back, hero. Surely it can't mean anything on the transfer front. Can it? Full story HERE2347 Plymouth boss reveals transfer plans. Plymouth Argyle are not about to rush into making new signings now that January transfer window is open. Manager Derek Adams said there could be 2 or 3 new signings during the month, although that number might increase depending on other player departures. He has some funds to work with now that loan spells for Wolves goalkeeper Harry Burgoyne and Cardiff City midfielder Stuart O'Keefe have ended. Adams said, "Whatever happens in the transfer window, happens. We are going to get players in, and we are going to lose players that we can't get in." That's just the nature of the business. It's a time where players, agents, and clubs have got to make their minds up. He went on, "We have got the possibility of taking in 2 or 3 players at this moment in time. It depends on if it's going to be a loan or a permanent. 2318 Serie provides update on Hudson-Odoi's future. He's linked with a move away, but Chelsea head coach Maurizio Sarri has told Calum Hudson-Odoi he has the potential to be one of Europe's best players. Bayern Munich and other top clubs around Europe have been linked with a move for the 18-year-old, whose Chelsea contract has 18 months to run. Sarri, who ruled out recalling Michy Batshuayi or Tammy Abraham from their loan deals despite Olivier Giroud's ankle injury, said, "He is a very good player, the potential is for becoming a great player, and now he has to improve." He has to improve, I think, in movement without the ball. As a winger, he has to improve in the defensive phase, but he has the potential to become a very important player, not only for English football I think, but for European football. (2212) Hammers target Medal. Former Cardiff midfielder Gary Medal could be heading back to England. Reports in Turkey say West Ham have held talks with Besiktas over the Chilean. The Hammers are reportedly ready to make an £8 million bid. 21-28 Wolves signed Wang then loaned him out. Wolves have completed their first signing of the transfer window and loaned him straight out. David Wang, 18, has joined from Spanish 4th Division side Jumilabi and will finish the season at Portuguese club Sporting Lisbon. The Spaniard scored 3 goals in 24 appearances for AD Joseph Mary Jean last season. (21-15 KUI EventsDiaz chooses Real Madrid shirt number. Manchester City teenager Brahim Diaz has reportedly already chosen his Real Madrid shirt number. Diaz looks set to leave the Premier League champions in the summer when his contract at the Etihad expires. But he could well leave this month, with Real Madrid reportedly agreeing a £13 million fee. And according to Spanish newspaper Marca, Diaz will wear the No. 21 shirt at the Bernabeu. Last summer, Diaz told El Mundo Deportivo, "My ambition is to play as much as I can. The more minutes you get, the better you will be." (2027) Huddersfield signed Tottenham youngster. Huddersfield have completed the signing of England under-19 international Jayden Brown from Tottenham. The left-back, 19, has joined the Terriers on a free transfer, agreeing a contract until the end of June 2021, with the club holding an option to extend. Brown, born in Lewisham, South London, will initially join up with Huddersfield's elite development squad. The defender started all 4 of Spurs' Chaka Trade Trophy ties this season, and Huddersfield Academy manager Lee Bromley is confident the England youth international has a bright future. Bromley said, "We firmly believe that Jayden is one of the most promising young English full-backs around. He's a player with a will to win and fight for his team, is good going forward, and he has a clear desire to continue progressing in his career." (1950) KY Event Valverde could quit Barcelona this summer. Barcelona boss Ernesto Valverde has admitted he might not stay at the club beyond this season. The former Athletic Bilbao boss took over at the new camp in 2017 and led the club to the League and Cup double last season. Barca currently sit top of La Liga and remain in contention in the Champions League. But Valverde said, "I do not know what I will do next season. In this football, who knows? We all know how things are." "I never think long term. For us, 2 months are a very long term. If you win a game, everyone is happy, and if you lose, everyone is watching you." "What I want is for everyone to be satisfied with the work. But we are not going to cheat." If you do not win the league, everyone looks at the coach because it is marked like that. I try to meet the objectives and, of course, how much we have left, so let's see it. "1905 Hove set for Villa." Wolves defender Courtney Hawes is heading for Aston Villa. Hawes only signed a new deal last season, but is surplus to requirements at Molineux. The defender is set to undergo a medical with the championship side. 1820 Pepe a target for Wolves. Another Jorge Mendes client could be heading for Wolves. Pepe is a free agent after leaving Besiktas and has been linked with the Premier League side for some time. Wolves could look to bring in the Portuguese later this month. 1750 Ramsey going nowhere. Unai Emery doesn't think Aaron Ramsey will be leaving Arsenal this month. The Welshman's contract is up in the summer and won't be signing an extension. He is free to talk to foreign clubs in January, but when asked if he would be staying, Emery said, "I would expect so, yes." "1714 James Nursey Young Inter Milan are eyeing Manchester United's Ashley Young in the hope of snapping him up on a free transfer. Young can negotiate a pre-contract agreement from January 1 with clubs outside England as he is in the final 6 months of his deal. United are talking with Young, 33, in the hope of tying the former England international down on a 12-month extension when his deal expires in the summer. But the Old Trafford club had hoped to secure Young before the turn of the year. Milan have now joined fellow Serie A side Roma in watching developments closely after Jose Mourinho was sacked as boss. "1714 Don't miss out on the biggest transfers this year. Stay on top of your game. Head over to BetHard for high odds on the Premier League." "1654 James Nursey Celtic Celtic are considering a loan move for frozen out West Brom starlet Oliver Burke. Winger Burke, 21, has started just 2 league games for Albion since a £15 million move from RB Leipzig in August 2017. The relegated Hawthorns club are now willing to loan out the attacking ace to free up resources for boss Darren Moore to strengthen his squad. Burke was omitted from Albion's squad altogether again for Tuesday's game at Blackburn. Scottish champions Celtic are now mulling over a move. The Scotland international is willing to move for more match action, and his old club Nottingham Forest, where he started as a trainee, are also monitoring his situation. "1647 Fiorentina sign Muriel. Fiorentina have snapped up Luis Muriel on loan from Sevilla. Muriel had been a target for Serie A rivals AC Milan. But he has joined Fiorentina on loan until the end of the season with the view to a permanent deal. "1621 Stockley on the move is heading out of Exeter. The in-demand striker has attracted interest from the likes of Portsmouth and Preston. He was left out of the Exeter squad to face Swindon after multiple clubs triggered his release clause. 1559 Palace youngster could leave on loan. Crystal Palace youngster Nia Kirby could leave Selhurst Park on loan this month. The England youth international is attracting interest from Charlton and Blackpool, according to the Daily Mail.